will I think? Copy paste. Either you have copy pasted or you have downloaded from GitHub or Kaggle, or you have done that project from YouTube. Yes. This is what will come to my mind, correct? So every project should be unique, right? Either you will find HR project from YouTube or GitHub or Kaggle. This is the most common one, or sales project, or financial project, or any other project which is very common, right? But we should do our own project. Okay. Someone said IPL data. Very good. IPL data. Different project need. Yes, we need to do a different project. IPL data. Okay, this can be one project. Or I remember saying this about the Nepal issue. Have we discussed about Nepal issue? We have discussed. Yes, Nepal issue. That can be a beautiful project. Okay, take a problem statement, right? What is happening in Nepal? Why did this situation come? Why did this situation come in Nepal? If you take this as a problem statement, start collecting the data for that. Okay, start collecting the data. National issue analysis. Yes, exactly. Start collecting the data. What kind of data do we want to analyze the situation? We need government policies. We need social media data. I mean, how many people are using social media there? What is the revenue that every person is generating based on social media? What is country revenue for all the past 10 years? Okay, start collecting this kind of data. If you start today, it will take 10 days, 15 days just to collect the relevant data. Google, Internet, ChatGPT, different articles, podcasts, blogs, right? All of these should be your data sources. Okay, just collect, or simply you can create a Microsoft form or Google form like a survey and circulate in your circle, right? You'll get some responses, you'll get some data. On that, if you do a project, that will be a real-time project for you also, right? Simply just copy pasting someone else's project, that doesn't take us anywhere. It will not add much value on your resume also. Okay. So take any situation, any scenario, whatever it might be, what is going in our country or another country. For example, Nepal issue is one thing, India, Pakistan issue is one thing. Okay. US, America, what is America H1B, about H1B visa, right? Some situation is going on around H1B visa. For example, if you want to analyze that situation, okay, get the data for past 10 years. Okay. For past 10 years, everything about H1B visa. Okay. What is that? What kind of students can apply? Is it work related, or what is that? First of all, collect this kind of data and then you can put in Excel, Power BI, SQL, or Python, whatever it might be, to analyze that thing. Is this understood? Yes, that can be one. Or take real estate. Okay, real estate. In Hyderabad, for past 15 years, how prices are changing? What is year on year growth? For land, open land, how is it changing? For apartment flats, how is it changing? Right? For any other villas or any other thing, how is it changing? Right? If you start collecting this kind of data today, trust me, it will take 15 days, 20 days, or whatever it might be. Okay. Then if you collect the data, all the other process will be very simple. You can do that in one day, right? Real estate is one concept you can do. Or one more real time, very beautiful real time situation. What is this time? Durga Puja mandals, right? Durga Puja, jo bhi hai Navratri hai. For past 10 years, okay, what is happening? How many mandals are there per region, per city, per your region, and compare your numbers with the other regions? What is the budget? Okay. Did they take permissions from the government? How many took permissions? How many did not take permissions? Right? All of these things. Budget when compared to previous year, budget when compared to this year, and forecasting. How can, I mean, what can it be next year? Okay. All these kind of things, right? Like this. Can anyone give me some more situation like this? What recommendation? Movie recommendation data. IMDb. Okay, that is also common thing everyone will do. See, you'll find, understand one thing. You have your project should not be available in YouTube, in GitHub, or in Kaggle. That is the only thing, right? That should not be available in YouTube, Kaggle, or GitHub. That should be your aim. That's it, nothing else. Okay, take a data set, same thing in Excel, how we can do, in Power BI, how we can do, in SQL, how can we do, in Python, how can we do. Okay, if you can do this kind of project, that should be enough. Okay, I will guide you. If you face any situations or any difficulties, I am here to guide you, but you should start that. Okay, I'll tell you from first step what should be done. How should a project look like? What should be the project document? Anyone know what is a project document? Okay, we have collected all the data. We have prepared a report or a dashboard, whatever it might be. And after that, what after preparing a report? What after preparing a report? Thesis, document. It should be a project document, right? What will we put in that project document? From the first step, okay, what is our problem statement and how did we collect our data? For what is the data source? From Google, what data did we get? From general survey, what data did we get? Okay, from Wikipedia, what data did we get? From podcast, from articles, what kind of data did we get? And what cleaning methods did we apply on that? What transformation methods? What analysis have we done? And what insights are we bringing out of that? Is this understood? There should be a proper titles. There should be some images, what our analysis based on our analysis. And after that, insights. Then conclusion. What exactly are we saying from this document or project? That is a project document. Okay. So start today. Pick any concept, any topic. We have how many? 15 members offline approximately and 23, 25 members. So around 40 people we have here. At least we should get 20 different projects. 20 different projects. Okay. You can pair up with someone. You can pair up with someone. Both of you आप मिलके जो भी करो एक प्रोजेक्ट करो. Okay. If you feel difficulty uh, while collecting the data or anything, whatever it might be, pair up with someone. Both of you can together do that. Okay, that also works. Okay. Is this understood? But where data available? They say that is what Google, you have to research for that. You have to go to different data sources and then pick up the data. Okay, it is not readily any topic. For example, if you pick real estate data, every data related to real estate is not available at a single place or whatever it might be. You have to collect it from different sources. Okay, Google is one, or any article, any blog, any podcast, right? So these kind of things. Okay, someone said IPL data. Okay, where can we get this IPL data? Where can we get this IPL data? Huh? IPL website, official website, BCCI website, Dream 11. Okay, based on betting, how is betting going on? Dream 11, right? Year on year, what is the budget for betting, right? All of this kind of data. Huh? AstroTalk. So, so start today. Okay, at least when you are back from holidays, okay, you should have a proper title. Okay, proper title. And what should we do? Problem statement with a proper title. Is this understood? Yes, everyone. Online participants, is this understood? Hmm. Yes or no? Shall we have sh shall we have Dasara? Yes, we have Dasara holidays. I'll tell you about that tomorrow. Tomorrow there is session. Tomorrow is not a holiday. Tomorrow is there is session for sure. I'll tell you about the holidays tomorrow. Okay. How many days? How many days you want? One day. Huh? 4 days. Not possible. 2 days. Second and third. We'll decide. Second and third. Matlab, see. Only 2 days question mark. Okay. Third is Friday. Fourth and fifth, shall we have sessions? Second and third holiday. Fourth and fifth, shall we have classes? Saturday and Sunday. Is that fine? From Monday, we'll continue. Okay, we'll decide this. Don't worry, we'll decide this tomorrow. We'll see. Okay. Because we did not get any official information from the Naresh IT management. So we'll decide this tomorrow. Don't worry about this. Okay. Coming back. Okay. What did we discuss in the last session? Last value. Huh? Did not understand. Hmm. Where is this? Just a minute. Okay. See here, let's once revise all the window functions and then we'll go to next topic. Okay, we'll revise everything, row number, rank, last value, first value, everything. See here. First of all, tell me what are window functions? What are window functions? What are window functions? Transaction rollback. Okay. Is this topic understood? Transaction and rollback? Yes. What is a transaction? What is a transaction? Simple. What is a transaction? Exchange. Sequence of steps. Sequence of steps that we are doing. Okay. Without transaction, sequence of actions or sequence of steps, whatever it might be, correct. Without transactions, we will not be able to go back one step. We will not be able to roll back. Okay. Without transactions. Then how can we use those transactions to go back? There are two things. One is start transaction, write all of the steps that we want. And if we want to roll back, okay, if we just write roll back, all of the steps that we have written will be undone. Okay. Then how to go to a particular point? How to roll back to any particular point? Save point. Okay. See, examples also we have seen, I guess. Okay, see here. Update. Okay, there is no transaction here. We are not using any transaction. Okay. If we just update some, okay, if we just update some records and without using transaction, if we try to roll back, what will happen? Without using transactions, if we just try to roll back any update that we have done or any delete that we have done or any modification that we have done, what will happen? Nothing will happen. I mean, the data will not be undone. Okay, the operation will not be undone. Then how to roll back? We just have to start a transaction. Start a transaction, then update whatever we want, delete whatever we want, insert whatever we want, alter whatever we want, modify whatever we want, get the data whatever we want. And then if we want to roll back, for example, started a transaction and then we have written 10 steps. Okay, started a transaction, then we have written 10 steps, 10 actions. Okay. And as a 11th line, if we just roll back, what will happen? All the 10 steps will be undone. Okay, it is not only one step. It will not go only one step back. All the 10 steps will be rolled back. Okay. Then, for example, if we want to see like this, started a transaction, update, delete. After that, show the whole table. Then if we just simply write here rollback, nothing will happen. Sorry, this is a transaction. It will roll back to the original table. It will delete all the updates that we have done on these three steps. Is this understood? Okay. because this is removing all these steps, going back all these steps, that is not required. For example, we want to only go one step back, or we want to go back to this step, or we want to go back to this step. Then using save points, it is possible. Okay, same start transaction after first update, after first change, write save point name. After that, second update, second sequence, second action, then save point 2. After the third sequence, third action, then save point 3. Fourth, save point 4. Fifth, save point 5. Then 10th, save point 10. For example, if we just want to go back to fifth step, then we'll simply write roll back to save point name. That's it. Okay, like this. Where is this? Did we not see examples for this? We have seen, I guess, but where are they? Okay, fine. Okay. You will be able to practice this, correct? Okay. Is this concept clear? Transactions, rollback, and save point. What is commit? Commit, save all the changes permanently. Okay, save all the changes permanently. By default, auto commit will be equal to 1. Meaning of this? By default in MySQL Workbench, whatever software that we are using, auto commit will be equal to 1. Meaning of this? Meaning of this? Auto commit, set auto commit equal to 1. That meaning of this statement is whatever changes that you make, we are saving them permanently. Okay, we are saving all the changes that we have done on the table permanently. That is auto commit equal to 1. Whatever query we write, all the changes will be saved permanently. But see one thing, if you have to use commit function, commit command, okay, then auto commit should be disabled. Set auto commit equal to 0, then write all the updates that we want, deletes that we want, changes that we want to perform on our table, and then commit. Instead of rollback, for example, if we just write commit here, what will happen? All of these changes will be applied on the table permanently. Once they are applied on the table permanently, we will not be able to roll back. Is this understood? Online participants, is this understood? Commit function, sorry, commit command, commit, rollback, save point, transactions. Okay, we'll go to window functions. Now tell me what is window function? What are window functions? Window functions calculate values across the group of rows, but still keeps every row. Yes, exactly. What are window functions? Read this definition. Window functions calculate values, gives us row numbers, gives us rank, gives us last value, first value, nth value, anything that we want to compare, but it will not make any changes to the existing table. Okay, it will not make any changes in the existing table. It will add columns, whatever we want. Okay, we want dense rank, row number, nth value, last. We can add 100 columns also, but on the existing table, on the existing values, it will not make any changes. That is window functions. How many window functions do we have? Row number, rank, dense rank, lag, lead, entile, first value, last value, nth value, cumulative distribution, and percent rank. Okay, we'll see all of this one by one. Row number, first of all. What is this row number? Row number gives us indexing starting from 1. Starting from 1, indexing, that means each and every row will have a unique number. Simple. Starting from 1, it will go on in sequence. Next, rank. Okay, first of all, syntax. Syntax for any window function will be select column names. Select column names, comma, window function that we want to apply. For example, first one, row number, comma, row number. Next, over partition by, order by. Are these inputs mandatory for every window function? No. Okay, these are not mandatory. Based on, for example, if you want to group by something, if you want to apply group by, we'll use partition by. If you want to order, if you want to sort the values in ascending or descending order, we'll use order by. But these two are optional. We don't have to use them. Based on the question, based on the requirement, we'll use them. Row number. Okay, select columns, comma, row number over partition by, order by. Next, as new column name from table name. Okay, for every window function, the syntax will be same, but for last value, nth value, the syntax will change. How will it change? In over function. In over function, can we have mathematical expression? Inside over function. Okay, inside over, we cannot have any mathematical function. Okay, that is only limited to partition by and order by. Okay, yes. How does the syntax change for last value and nth value? Syntax for last value and nth value. Anyone? Rows between unbounded preceding and unbounded following. Meaning of that. Meaning of this. Rows between unbounded preceding and unbounded following. Anyone? Meaning of this, online participants. Waiting for this. I'm waiting for your answer. Meaning of unbounded, rows between unbounded preceding and unbounded following. Specific. Specific rows. Okay. Yes. Naresh, yes. Yes. Rows between unbounded preceding and unbounded following. That simply means we are asking MySQL to include each and every row individually. To include each and every row individually. Okay. Unbounded precedings. That means unbounded precedings. General meaning of unbounded preceding. Preceding. Meaning of preceding. For example, if we are considering third row. Okay. We are considering third row, right? To give the output for the third row, consider preceding row and following row also. Is this understood? Consider every row. For example, we are considering fifth row. Now, fifth row. To give the output for that fifth row, consider fourth row and also sixth row. Unbounded preceding and unbounded following. Is this understood? Yes? Okay. Specifications or whatever it might be. If we are grouping by something, then we get the exact response, exact meaning of this statement. If you are not grouping by, it will obviously consider the entire table, entire row, entire record, right? Next, okay, row number. What does this give? It give unique number starting from 1. Next, rank. Rank, what will it give? Simple rank function, meaning it is skip rank. Okay, skip rank. Meaning of skip rank, if the values match the ranks, it will get the same rank, but the next rank will be skipped. Next rank will be skipped. Is this understood? And this will be applied for the whole table. If we have 100 records in the whole table, you will get to see 100 ranks. If the value matches, then those values will get same rank and next rank will be skipped. Okay, next, dense rank. The ranks will not be skipped. Simple, dense rank. Okay, lag. Compare current value with the previous value, lag. Okay, previous value. Lead, current value with next value. Okay, next value in the table. Okay, next value in the table. Where can we use these two functions? In which situations? Any one example is good enough. Compare, next comparison, yes, correct. In which situations can we use lag and lead? Huh? Gold price. Okay, how in gold price? Using lag. Okay, gold price, we'll take that example. Good, that also. For example, today gold price is 1,15,000. Okay. We are comparing that 1,15,000 with yesterday's value, right? That simply, we'll get to see the difference. Okay. We'll be able to see the difference and uh, Okay, how can I say this? To get that difference, what should we write basically? See, understand the question. We want to compare today's gold price with yesterday's and add a new column to show the difference. Okay. How can we write? Just simple query or the logic to get or to answer this question? Anyone? Yes, anyone? Yes, to answer this question, okay, we want to compare today's gold price with yesterday's and add a new column to show the difference between them. That means if today's value is 1,15,000, yesterday's value is 1 lakh, first column should show nothing. It just have to compare things. Previous value. The next column, second column should show 15,000 as the difference. Tell me the query for this. Yes, anyone? Current gold minus lag of gold price. Yes. Can someone tell me the whole query for this? Just the logic will be enough. What should we write and how should we write? Yes, anyone? Take 10 seconds and let me know the answer. Yes. Anyone? Wait, sir. I will wait. I will wait, Naresh. Time out. Yes. Anyone who can answer this question? Select gold price, comma gold price minus lag of gold price as PR from the table. Okay, this is fine, Naresh, but we want the whole query. Don't give me in pieces. Give me one single whole query. Anyone? Select gold price minus lag of gold price as PR over order by gold price from table. Okay, understand the question. Okay, we have complete table. After table, we need two columns. First column should show previous value, simple comparisons, previous value. Second column should show the difference between the current price and the previous value. Select gold price. Do we need order by? Why order by? Okay, okay. Ascending to descending. Okay, fine. Yes, anyone from table, order by gold price, select gold price minus lag. The logic is correct, Naresh, the logic is correct. Okay, don't worry about that, logic is correct. Even quick, we have to cover one more topic today. Yeah, same answer, same way. Logic is correct. Select all the columns, first comma, one lag function, one lag over partition by order by whatever it might be as column name alias, comma, one more lag function, current price minus lag of gold price. Okay, so the query will be like this. Answer for this simple. We'll write select statement, all the columns from the table, then first lag function over order by ascending or descending, order by date, ascending or descending as column 1. Okay, comma, next, comma, next lag function. I mean, this till here we'll get to see the first column. For the second column, how should we write the logic? Gold price minus lag of gold price. Okay, over again order by date ascending and show this as column 2. Okay, then from table name. Is this understood? ठीक है. Okay. Is this understood? Yes. All right. So this is lag function. Next, what is lead function? Same thing to compare with the next values. Okay. Row number, rank, dense rank, lag, lead. Okay. Next, entile. 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 Okay. Who is this? Charan Chari. Correct. Grouping. Yes. Entile. Dividing number of records into equal groups or equal number of values, whatever it might be. For example, we have 120 values in our table, 120 records in our table, and we want to divide those 120 records into 5 different groups, 5 different tiles. Okay. How do we write this query? Okay. Now the question is, we have 120 records and we want to divide them into 5 tiles. Okay. How do we write the query for this? We have 120 records in our table and we want to divide them into 5 different tiles, 5 different groups or whatever it might be. How can we write this one? Select star, comma, entile in bracket 5. Next, over partition by order by, okay, fine, as column name from table name. That's it, nothing else. Okay. So the query will be select columns, comma, entile of 5 over partition by or order by whatever we want. For example, okay, partition by order by as column 1 from table name. Okay, this will be the query. Next, first value, comparing current value with the first value in that record, whether it might be order by ascending order or descending order, comparing that current value with the first value. Syntax for this, same thing, select all the columns, comma, first value over partition by order by whatever it might be. Okay, what happens if we use over partition by department ID, order by salary ascending? What will happen in this scenario? Partition by department and order by salary ascending order. What will happen? Yes, online participants. If we just write select all the columns, comma, okay, repeating the question. Select all the columns, comma, first value over partition by department ID, order by salary, ascending order, and show that column as column name, whatever it might be, from table name. What will happen in this scenario? I'll wait for 5 more seconds. Okay, 5 more seconds. We'll type question on the screen. This is very simple one. Okay. If you write the query like this, select star, comma, first value. Okay, first value. Inside first value function, first value command, should we mention anything? Should we mention anything? For row number inside this bracket, okay, inside this bracket will not mention anything. For rank also will not mention anything. For dense rank also will not mention anything. But for lag and lead, do we mention anything? Yes or no? We have to give the reference. Yes. Next for n-tile, the number of n divisions that we want. For first value and last value, do we mention anything? Where are these examples? Okay, for first value and last value, again we have to give a reference. Okay, now if you just write the query like this, first value, I'll write salary over partition by department ID, order by salary, ascending order, show as column 1 from table. Okay, what will be the output for this particular query? Yes, anyone? What will be the response for this query? In general terms, we don't have to be accurate. In general terms, what will be the query? First salary will, sorry, first salary with low. Okay. For each department, the lowest salary, for each department, the lowest salary will be compared with the current salary. Okay. For each department, it will calculate lowest salary and that value will be compared with the current value. Okay. If we don't use partition by, then if we don't use this partition by, it will consider the whole table. And from that whole table, what is the first value in the salary column that will be compared with the current salary. Okay. All right. So that is first value and last value. Same thing. The syntax will be a bit different. What is nth value? Nth value. Using first value will be compared. Using last value will be compared. Using nth value, any of the other position value should be, can be compared with the current value. Okay. Next, cumulative distribution and percent rank. Now, who can tell me these things? Cumulative distribution. Meaning of this. Position value, correct. Department ID will get salary in ascending order. Okay, correct. Cumulative distribution. Who can answer this one? Cumulative distribution range is always in between 0 and 1. That is fine. That is correct. Next, what happens with the cumulative distribution? Anyone? Cumulative distribution. Definition of cumulative distribution. What happens with this cumulative distribution? At particular percentage, the values will be above the percentage. Okay. Is this correct? Is this correct? Even cumulative distribution at particular percentage, the values will be above the percentage. Is this correct? Okay. See this query. Select star, comma, cumulative distribution over order by salary ascending as cumulative value from staff. For example, there is a salary record value of 50,000. Okay. For that 50. Overall, we have 100 records in our table, and at any position it might be, we have one record 50,000. And for that 50,000, the cumulative distribution value is 0.75. 0.75. What does that mean? 0.75. Meaning of this? Read those two statements. 0.25 and 0.8880. If the cumulative distribution value is 0.25, that means there are 25% of the values, 25% of the values less than that particular value. Okay. For example, for that 50,000, we have got 0.75. Meaning of that, there are 75% of the values. Okay. 75% of the values which are less than that 50,000. Okay. Less than the current value. Yes, correct. 75% of the values that are less than the current value. I hope this is understood. Should I repeat this one? Yes? Simple. Let us see this in Excel. Okay, 1 second. Okay, we have 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 7. How many? Okay, 12 records. 13, 14, 15. Okay, we have these records. For example, consider this as a salary column. Okay, after applying cumulative distribution, for example, we have got 0. 0.01. Okay, 0.2 or 0.1, whatever it might be. 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8. Okay, like this we have got from 0. I mean, for all the values, the range will be from 0 till 1. What is the meaning of this 0.7? Meaning of this 0.7? Meaning of this 0.7? There are 70% of the values in our table which are less than this 3. Okay, there are 70% of the values which are less than 3. Simple. Is this understood? Change 3 value to decimal. Change 3 value to decimal. Or 3 value. It doesn't matter, Naresh. Doesn't matter. Okay. Is this understood? Yes. That is cumulative distribution. Next, there is one more thing, percent rank. Meaning of that, percent rank. Percent rank. Percent rank. Same for percent rank also, the range will be from 0 to 1. Okay, for example, this is our percent rank column, and we have got for the current value for 3, we have got 0.7. That means this value is at the 70th percentile position. Percent rank gives us the position of that value. Percent rank function, window function, gives us the position of that current value. For example, for 5, it says, I mean, our output is 0.5. That means it is at this 5 is at the 50th percentile position. 50th percentile position, meaning of that, exactly at the middle of the data set. Should I repeat this one? Percent rank simply means, okay, understand this. cumulative distribution, okay, this says how many values are below the current value. Okay. Next, percent rank window function. This says the current position of the value. Okay, understand this one. Now, can someone explain me these two functions? Cumulative distribution. For example, the value of cumulative distribution is 0.35. What does that mean? 0.35 means 35% of the values are less than the current value. Same, for example, percent rank value is also 0.35. Okay, now meaning of this. For cumulative distribution, we can say that 35% of the values are less than the current value. Now for percent rank, we can say, what can we say? Current value is at the 35th percentile position. 35th percentile position. Meaning of this? Meaning of this? Current value is at the 35th percentile position. Meaning of this? For example, our table has 200 records. Table has 200 rows or records, whatever it might be. For any particular value, if we say that, I mean, if we get percent rank as 0.35, what does that mean? For example, for 5 value, for or else for 50,000 salary, the percentile rank is 0.35. Meaning of this? Anyone? I'll wait for 15 seconds. Tell me the meaning of this. 0.35 for 50,000 value and table has 200 rows. Percentile rank. See this one? The value at 70 position, 70th position, exactly 100% correct. The value at 70th position. That means this 50,000 is at 70th position out of 200 rows. Why 70th? Because we have 200 rows. And what is 35% of 200? 70. Simple. Is this understood? Yes. So that is cumulative distribution and percentile rank. If this is understood, shall we move on to next topic? Yes. Or should I repeat any of the window function again? Anyone? They should be easily understood. Very simple one. Okay. Okay. Use kingdom. Okay. Okay. Dense rank. So, dense rank. Dense rank is very simple. What is dense rank? If the current values, okay, let me take you here. Okay. Without skipping ranks. Dense rank is nothing but without skipping ranks. For example, we know how to give ranks, right? Whenever the value matches, for example, we have 250,000 records. Okay, for those 250,000 records, we'll get the same rank and the next rank will not be skipped. Next rank will not be skipped. Okay, I'll show you here for easy understanding. 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 50,000, 60,000. If we have salaries like this, and sort these salaries in ascending order with rank, we'll get first rank, second rank, third rank, and 60,000 will be for dense rank. What will be the rank for 60,000? 4. Simple. Okay, because in dense rank, even if the values matches, the next rank will not be skipped. And for skip rank, the numbers will be 1, 2, 3, 3, 5. Okay. C column is skip rank, B column is dense rank. That's it, nothing else, no other difference. Okay, yes, now we are talking about. Okay, we'll see stored procedures. Can someone tell me what are stored procedures? Stored procedures, anyone? Stored procedure, that means we'll write some set of queries and store all those set of queries in any variable or any function or any table, whatever we call it. Okay, we'll store it that, and whenever we want to execute same steps again, we'll not write the whole steps again and again. We'll just call that statement, call that variable name that we have stored. Okay, stored procedure is used when we want to avoid repetition of the queries. Okay, instead of writing the same queries again and again, we'll once write those statements and store that in a particular place, and whenever we want to execute the same statements, we'll just call that variable name, call that stored procedures. Okay, and syntax for this stored procedures, it is very simple to understand. If you understand, see this syntax. Okay, first we should start with delimiter. What is delimiter? What is delimiter? General meaning of this delimiter. Huh? Delimiter. Space. Delimiter is simple. Delimiter is anything that separates two words, separate two texts. Okay, that is general meaning of delimiter. Here the delimiter is by default this semicolon. Okay, here this semicolon is called the delimiter. Meaning of this delimiter, whenever we use that, that simply means that is the end of that line, end of that query. Okay, now when we are creating some stored procedures, first we should change that delimiter. Okay, change that delimiter. I'll tell you how to do this. First step, change that delimiter. Next, sorry, create procedure, procedure name. Create procedure, procedure name. After creating, we will write begin. Okay, after begin, we'll write all the statements that we want to be executed, all the statements, all the statements. After this, end. Next, end and change the delimiter back to semicolon. Okay. Can someone tell me, can someone explain me this syntax? Simple. First step, we have to change the delimiter. Okay. What is the need of changing this delimiter? By default, it is semicolon, but while we create some stored procedures, we have to change that delimiter. Why do we think? Simple logic. See here, in this, what exactly are we writing? All the statements that we want to execute. For example, we write 5 statements that we want to execute. For each of that statement, you'll have to write that semicolon, correct? For each of that statement, we have to write a semicolon, right? If we use semicolons, that means the query will end there itself. It will not go to the next step again. It will not go to the next step again. It will not go to the next step again. So that's why instead of writing that semicolon in all of these statements, we'll use this delimiter. Okay, see, simple. If we see one example, then you'll understand. We want to create a stored procedure to get all the table content. Okay. Okay. Just simple one statement, select star from the table. We'll write that. For that, I will write first delimiter function, and I'm changing that delimiter from semicolon to dollar symbols, for example. Okay, $2 symbols. That means if we just execute this one, for all the queries that we write next, should end with double dollar symbols. Okay, we are changing that delimiter semicolon to double dollar symbols. Next, after this, after writing this delimiter, spelling delimiter. Okay, fine. Next, we'll just write create procedure and procedure name. For example, I'll just write get details. Okay, get details, open and close brackets, because this is the name that we are assigning. In the next step, we'll just write begin. Okay, begin. And inside this begin, we will write all the statements that we want to execute for this get details procedure name. Select star from staff. Okay, this one. And then end with again double dollar symbols. Yes. Next, change that delimiter back to semicolon. Is this understood? Yes or no? Just see these 4 to 5 lines of queries and let me know if you have any doubts. First, what exactly are we doing? We are changing the delimiter from semicolon to double dollar symbols. And after that, we are creating a procedure. Procedure name is get details. Okay. In this get details, this is like a variable name. Okay. In this get details variable name, we are storing all of these statements that we write here. Okay. We are storing all of these statements and ending these statements. We have to begin, write all of these statements and end those statements. And after that, again, change this delimiter back to semicolon. Okay. Now see here. If we just execute this one, okay, successful procedure is created. I'll just refresh this. And if you see in the stored procedures option, if you just expand this, there is one get details. This is successfully created. Now, whenever we want to see the whole content from the staff, we'll just write, normally we'll write select star from staff. Okay. This will show all the whole table, Instead of writing this select star from staff, I'll just write call get underscore details. Okay, call get underscore details. This will also give us the whole table. Is this understood? Yes or no? How to use the stored procedures? See, that is what I'm saying. Is this understood? Simple thing. What have we done here? What have we done here? Okay. Did you guys understood this query? Okay. Next, create a procedure to get the details of department ID equal to 2. Okay. Now tell me, create a procedure to get details of all the details of department ID equal to 2. How do we create a procedure for this one? Delimiter. It is not only dollar symbols. We can use at the rates also. We can use hashtags also. We can use any other special character also. Okay. But in general, we'll use dollar symbols only. You can use anything here. Okay. Next, delimiter. After this, create procedure. Procedure name, I'll just write department ID 2. Okay, this is my procedure name. Next, begin. Select star. What exactly do we want to store in that department ID 2? Okay, what should we store? What should we write? Select star from staff where department ID equal to 2. Okay, this is what I want to store in department ID 2. Next, after this, end double dollar symbols, the same that we have used here. Okay, same thing. If you are using 2 at the rates here, here also it should be 2 at the rates. Okay. Next, after this, delimiter back to semicolon. Okay. If we just simply execute this one, executed successfully, and if we just refresh, you'll get to see department ID 2. And whenever we want to see all the details about department ID 2, I'll just call that procedure name. Call department ID 2. Okay. If you see the output, that will show only department ID 2. I hope this is understood. Yes or no? So like this, not only one statement, we can write any number of statements inside begin and end. Is this understood? Yes or no? Any questions here? Online participants, anyone? Is that delimiter is same for all the different stored procedures? Yes. No, no. See, for get details, we have used double dollar symbols, and that double dollar symbols will be only for that get details. And for department ID2, if we use two at the rates, okay, that will be only limited to that particular procedure, right? Next question, see here. Hmm, Can can we have same delimiter? Meaning, yeah, we can have same delimiter for every procedure. That is what we have just created, right? Same for get details also, we have used double dollar symbols. For department ID2 also, we have used double dollar symbols. Okay. Now there is one more situation. Here, what exactly are we doing? We have created a procedure and this is static. Okay, this is static. But for example, we want to write a single statement, and while calling this procedure, for example, if we just give 2 here, it should show second department. Or if we give 3 here, the table should show third department. Dynamically, while giving the or while calling the stored procedure, if you have to give the department ID, then how can we do that? So the question is create or department wise dynamically. Okay. Same thing. See here. I'll just copy paste this. Okay. While creating, sorry, I'll just write this as department ID, department dynamic. Okay. Same names will not work here. Same like table. Okay. Same names will not work. The names of these things should be different. Okay. Now, how can we write this one? Anyone? In this bracket, while creating a procedure, we have to give an input. How can we give an input? In parameter. In department. Okay. Depart or whatever it might be. Simple. After this, we have to give int, the data type for this. Okay. Int. Now here, where department ID is equal to depart, the input that we give there. Okay. Now simply execute this one. Successful. Now see here, call department dynamic of 4, for example. Okay. Of 4. If we just simply execute this one, this will give only department ID 4. Okay. Now next, call department dynamic of 3, for example. It will show only 3 department IDs. I hope this is understood. Online participants, anyone? What is int, sir? See, for we are giving an input here. We are giving 4, we are giving 3. Int is the data type of the input that we are giving. Okay, int is the data type that we are giving for all our inputs. Is this understood? Yes or no? Can we give multiple inputs as parameters? Multiple inputs at the same time? No. We can give, but that's a different situation. If you are declaring only one input here while creating a procedure, we cannot give multiple inputs. Okay. For example, if you are creating 2 inputs here while creating a procedure, 2 inputs are mandatory while calling the procedure. Okay, we'll see example for that also, don't worry. Int mean input, no, integer, data type of the input that we are giving, data type of 4, data type of 3, that is int. Okay. Next, for example, mm, okay, answer this one. How to increase salary, how to increase salary of all employees in a department. First of all, meaning of this question. Can someone explain me the meaning of this question? Like X and Y as parameters at a time to perform action for some. Yes, we can do that. I'll show you the example, Naresh. Don't worry. How to increase salary of all employees in a department. For example, okay, see here. This output department ID equal to 3. The salaries are 66, 71, 500, 55,000, 35,000, 68,200. Now, for example, using this stored procedure, we want to increase all of these salaries by 5% or 10%. How can we write that one? Question is understood? Yes. Is question understood? Okay. Let me tell you in this way. If we are calling any procedure, okay, we have to give two inputs. For example, first input is we are giving department ID. At the same time, if I give 10 here, that means all the salaries in the department ID 3 should be increased by 10%. This is my question. This is our requirement. How to do this? Same here, before select, if we write update statement to update the salaries, okay, we'll be able to do that. Now, how? Can someone tell me how? Syntax. Just the logic. We'll see the syntax tomorrow, maybe. Just the logic. How can we do that? Question: how to increase the salary of employees in any particular department? For example, when we have created a stored procedure, and whenever we are calling that stored procedure, we have to give two inputs. One is department ID and the percentage of the salary increment. For example, if we give 10 here, all the salaries in the department ID 3 should be increased by 10%. That is our question. Okay, I'll give you the logic or syntax. Just you guys try after the class. What will we write? First, delimiter, change that. Next, create procedure. Next, procedure name. Okay, open and close. What will we give in this input? What will you give in this input? In operator, after in, department ID. The name should not match. Depart ID or whatever it might be. Data type, comma. Second input should be salary increase percentage. Percent. Okay. Now, for example, for the previous one, we have used int. Now I'll use decimal. Okay. Because salaries always will not be in whole numbers, 10.5, 5.5, whatever percentage it might be. Okay. Decimal of 5 comma 2 or whatever it might be. Okay. Close it here. This is our inputs. These are our inputs. Next, begin. After this, what should we write? Begin, update statement. Next, at the same time, select. After updating, show the table. Select the whole table. Okay. After this, end statement with double dollar symbols. Next, change the delimiter back to semicolon. Is this understood? Logic is understood or not? We'll execute this one tomorrow. But while you guys come tomorrow, get the answer for this one. Okay. Get the answer for this one. Okay. I'll stop it here for today. Let's meet back where department ID equal to 3 and salary is equal to 100 plus I by 100. Okay, logic is correct, Naresh. But while coming back tomorrow, we want the whole query. Okay, save script. I'll share this file in the classroom.